Hi, welcome to another episode of Hot Takes, and we're going to go back in time, about 8 months, 9 months. Do you remember when the genius of Humza Yousaf at last year's party conference had that panicked look in his eye and said, council tax freeze, and nobody could believe that he said it because nobody had planned it. He needed something, he had a crappy little sad speech, and all the great and good were sitting in the hall. I say all the great and good, about 4 blokes, a dog. There was a cameraman. There was the old lady at the back in the pinny making the tea. That was it. But he had to give something. He had to say something big to end his speech. So he went, and finally, light bulb, council tax moment. And he was freezing them. And then he had to go back and make sure everyone understood that this has got to happen. You've got to do it. Otherwise, I'll look like a complete buffoon. And so it began. And so all these councils up and down Scotland went, oh, God, we don't want pain in the ass. And so they didn't want to do it. A lot of them didn't want to do it, but they were forced into it. Some were bribed into it. Some were convinced. Some were holdouts. A couple of them were holdouts. And the rumours were flying that Shona Robertson had threatened these holdouts, saying, if you do not freeze your council tax, I'm withholding a load of money from you. You're going to be worse off because I'm going to hold that money back. And it's a shame she didn't, because it would have been another court case and she would have lost because it would have been illegal. Absolutely 100% illegal. But they went in with it anyway. And she insisted that she had not done that. She insisted she had not threatened them. Unfortunately, because of freedom of information, it turns out Shona Robertson has, or had, threatened them. She had threatened to withhold this vital money. And that's what's come out. And so now she's looking like either an idiot or a liar. Oh, I never said that. But apparently, yes, you did. And you know what's worse? We've got the receipts. We've done it. Now, at the time, she was accused of treating these councils with contempt, of course, because she was saying to them, no, the power resides at the top. You don't get to decide your policies. You don't get to decide what your constituents want or need or anything. You don't have the rights to do that. We will decide for you. And so if that's the case, what's the point of having councils? Get rid of them. Think of the money you'll save not paying all those councillors. And let Shona run it all. She's so good, so clever. Thank heavens we got Shona. That's what I say. Can you imagine how bad it would be if Shona wasn't there? Anyway, because of Humza's bright idea, they had to force these through. And so there were these two. Argyll and Bute was one. I can't remember where the other one was. Ayrshire or something. That wasn't Ayrshire. Wherever it was. But these two last ones were holdouts, if you remember. Anyway, she said to them, look, this is basically it. We've got this money that's come from London. And we're supposed to be divvying this out to the councils. We're prepared to do that. But if you don't do this, you will not get this money. And that's now been revealed thanks to this freedom of information. The emails have come out and the letters are there and all can see. So she's been found out. Inverclyde, that was the other one. There's me thinking Ayrshire. Of course, it's round the corner. But yeah, Inverclyde. So anyway, these were the two holdouts. And then all of a sudden, bang, and it comes out. So yeah, she is that nasty piece of work. But all she's got is, I'm going to hold your money. Because no one listens to her. Nobody pays her any respect. Because nobody's got respect for her. They all know the woman's an arse. The woman's a complete brainless fart in a trance. Hasn't got the sense she was born with. She's not very bright. Not very bright woman at all. And so they just sort of, yeah, whatever, I'll hold your money. Okay, we'll do it. And then it went wrong. And now everyone at the time said this policy was wrong. Because the problem is, because they've held the money this year, it's still got to go up next year, but it's got to go up twice as much next year because you haven't had the interim step. And they're not going to, and the SNP aren't going to keep giving the money every year. That money will go, we'll give you a bit extra this year, but it ain't going to get them a bit extra next year. So that money, that shortfall's got to be made up. But instead of being made up step, it's now a giant leap. People will be shocked. There'll be a shocking rise. But then, of course, that's just in time for the election, isn't it? When they get this shocking rise in council tax. Perfect timing. Got to say, Humza Yousaf, political nous, genius. Absolute genius, yes. Let's give people a massive council tax rise just as the general election in Hollywood elections are coming up. It's almost as though he's an arsehole. Thanks a lot. Bye.